this week on Stay Out of My Fridge.
Like, yeah, I used to watch Hoarders to feel good about my life. And it would make you feel good. I'm like, all right, well, you know what? This, all that, like, oh, look, there's something on the ground. I don't give a shit.
My son was just looking at me. He's like, Dad, can I say a bad word? And I go, no, you can't say a bad word. He goes, what can I start with? He's like, can I say one that starts with the letter L? And I was like, no. He goes, how about the letter F? And I was like, no. He's like, okay. N. And I was like, definitely no.
Jesus.
And he just, and again, he's 4, so he doesn't know. He's just naming letters at this point. And he looks at me, he's like, G. And I go, sure. Tell me a bad word that starts with G. And he goes, you bitch.
He's 4.
Well, that's pretty good.
Isn't it funny, though? That's where my brain went. It's like, oh, I have this little device that looks like an MP3 player. But instead of playing Afro Man because I got high, allegedly this device might actually do that to you. But anyways, the voice you're hearing is me. It's Matt Beardlaws, and joining me as always, Brandon J. McDermott and Cuban Hockenough. What's a different name in studio? What's up, dudes?
Not too much, boys.
We're coming at you hot on a little Friday. Spoiler alert, we're recording a week before. So any of the news that comes up might be old to you, but it turns out this is a pretty busy time of the year for all of us. And at the time of the normal recording, I'm getting stuck, or I have the pleasure of, depending on how you look at it, going to a college Division I girls basketball game with a bunch of the school that I help coach the youth stuff with, and the school that my daughter goes to. They're bringing the whole girls basketball program to a Division I game.
Can I guess the school?
I was
Yeah,
going to
guess
say,
it. There's only one.
Syracuse.
Is it Binghamton?
Nope, Syracuse.
Well, I would have guessed Syracuse. That's the obvious one, but I was guessing other New York schools. Is Binghamton in New York or
Binghamton is in New York. I don't know if they're Division I or not, but and it kind of works out. They're playing Notre Dame, which I believe is a top. At the time when I looked at it a week or two ago, they were like a top 5 women's basketball team. So
Should be a good game to go to.
Yeah, they're Division I.
Are they Division I? So what's interesting is they play in the Carrier Dome, which you guys probably don't watch, but maybe you've seen a football game or something, see in the dome. They also do the basketball in the dome. So they kind of put the court, and then they put some bleachers and a curtain and everything right around the 30, 40, 50-yard line. So half of the thing is the basketball court, and they use it. And when you go to a guy's game, you have to buy, sections, exact seats or whatever. When you buy women's basketball, it's all general admission. You just buy it, you go, you sit, and it's roughly the same price unless you're a season ticket holder and Cuse is good. But I'm like, all right, here we go. Taking a bus. And I'm super excited, though, because the head coach that is in charge of the whole program, he's a dude. You guys would enjoy having a conversation and a beverage with him. So should be fun.
That's awesome. Hopefully. We have the Harlem Globetrotters coming to town next month, and they're staying at one of the hotels I work at. So scored up some free tickets. So excited to go see that next month.
Ooh. Now, are they the same Globetrotters everywhere that they go, or is there a huge group of them? I always wondered, because back in the day, there was always like 1 or 2 names, like people that followed that would kind of recognize. But I always wondered if it was, you know what I mean, like 40, 50 different guys, depending on the area they go and they play. Because I know that they try to, kind of like the Savannah Bananas. They have a couple of different people. There's starting to be 1 or 2 teams. So there was always that enemy team that they know they're supposed to lose. And just kind of fun.
I forget what the team is, but the visitor team usually will stay at the same hotel, if not a different one. But so it's weird because they'll send you the lead as it'll say Globetrotters white, Globetrotters black, and I'm like, they're segregated. What the? I was like, that's wild. But it's it's because they have the visiting team. I forget what the enemy team is they lose to.
The Washington Generals.
That's what. Yeah.
I just counted their active roster, 39.
Yeah, that's about right, because they book about 40 rooms, and they request all king because they're all like over 6'5". So,
you guys have 40 king size rooms?
We do. But dude, hey, one of my properties has 107. Dog, come on now, don't disrespect us. We're small, we're mighty. We're like a little chihuahua. We'll bite your ankles.
I mean, honestly, like, how many rooms does a hotel, have on average? And like to have that many king size, that's amazing.
Well,
I just happen to know.
Yeah, that's shows you I need to get a different job and doing this too long. I'm like, immediately I know how many we have, but It's I know how many adjoining rooms that we have, how many handicap accessible rooms that we have. But it's
How many rooms have you pooped in?
honestly not very many. Like
That's disappointing.
I would say
I
you would
think that
think
would
that
be a
like, hey,
goal.
you
Oops,
poop in
sorry.
all
Go
of
ahead.
them. Is that what you're? Yeah.
Mhm.
Damn. But I rarely have to poop at the hotel. If I'm pooping, I'm usually pooping at home.
That's the
Got a
thing.
strict regimen.
I would be eating there every day, pooping there every day, and I'd be like, which one haven't I pooped yet?
Breakfast gets old, man. You smell it though. You're like,
Oh, I'm not saying I would
bacon.
eat like that food. I just would eat my lunch. Like physically
Oh,
now I go
gotcha.
home. You know what I mean? I usually spend about 8 minutes eating, 10 minutes pooping, and the rest letting the dogs out and running.
Yeah.
So it's
Kind of hard to pass up free biscuits and gravy. So whenever they have it, they're like, "Hey, we got extra biscuits and gravy, Brandon. We know how much you like it." Oh, there's my name again. But I'm like, "Hey, that sounds fantastic. Like, let me get 2. It's also bacon day. Give me like 6 or 7 of them strips. I need it. Add some waffles or some pancakes on top of it. There's a reason why I'm fat. It's a free meal. Can't turn it down. Love it.
But breakfast food is just so goddamn good. Even the kids, like every once in a while, will be like, "What are we doing for dinner? Let's just have breakfast for dinner." And they're like, "Yes!"
Love Brenner.
Are you guys fans of hash?
Duh.
Corned beef hash, baby. Yeah, boy.
That's what I'm making tonight with runny figs.
Yeah. How do you guys
disgusting.
like your corned beef hash? Like
My
I
wife-
like it extra crispy. Oh, borderline burnt.
Like I have to like cook the shit until it like burns.
You
And then
season
I'm
it up and
scrubbing
everything.
the cast iron to like, oh yeah.
I am disgusting. I almost like it just almost borderline. Give me salmonella or whatever. Just almost undercooked. I
You're
like it.
You're an Alpo man.
I love it. I'd sit there, just eat it straight out of a can if I could. I
Fucking
love it.
Prove it.
Prove it, yeah.
You
On
know
the Body
what?
Wrong
That shit's like
podcast-
$4. Wild.
Oh, see, that's the name brand stuff. You got to buy. I Save a Lot brand. It's like, oh, it's not Hormel or whatever it is. This is the one for 99 cents this week.
So we have we have 7 different animals' assholes in this can.
Hey, I guess I could be like that cool guy around my town that drives around with a sticker that says "I eat ass."
So I wanted to. Sorry, go ahead.
There's I forget what it's called. It's like a heifer limo is what one of these kids has at the high school. It just has a big old Playboy bunny on it. It says heifer limo. Just stupid.
So in keeping in the same vein of our conversation last week that we ended out with the food in the refrigerator, I actually went and opened that Lunchable from the, I can't remember who the hell it was from, what the hell they're called, but the Mr. Beast and Logan Paul or whoever else dudes. And I was thinking it was going to be one of those pizza ones where they had the cheese those were going bad really badly. I mean, like the cheese was molding, but it ended up being the chips, queso, and salsa. And I opened it and it looked good, still smelled good. So I let my pregnant wife eat it. Nice. So I think we'll see if she's all right. We'll. I gave her the old sniff test, which also sometimes I give my wife.
I was gonna say, which one's getting the sniff test? Was it the Lunchable or the wife? But you don't,
The sniff method is proven effective in multiple different options here. I mean, like it's my go-to.
I actually heard that the sniff method was getting so popular that's why they actually invented COVID. Is they were really trying to limit the amount of smelling that people could do in the world.
Makes sense.
Can't confirm, can't deny, but I don't know. We're not a science show. We're just a borderline educational show. I did look through my fridge. I didn't have a ton of old stuff. I kind of felt left out. I did find something weird. It was some kind of like pet allergy or pet ear mite thing. There was something to do with pets that was in my fridge because it said keep refrigerated on it. That thing was like 2019. That would have been bad if it was 19. 2019 was the best used by date on there. So that got the old chuck. But obviously that's not edible and it's not made to do that. So it's kind of boring. But I was looking for old condiments. I was looking for everything. I didn't have a ton of, which is weird for mine. I mean, there was some food in there that need like an open bag of lettuce, you know what I mean, that turned brown, but it wasn't like super old. It was within a couple of weeks. I found an onion that I think was growing another onion from the onion, which I don't really know how that works. I mean, but yeah, nothing crazy. Just to give an update on that.
Does it seem like cheese is going bad quicker? Or is it just me? Am I crazy? Because it seems like to me, my cheese spoils so quickly anymore. It seems like I just bought that. There's no way it could be bad already. Bam. Fuzzy. Growing penicillin on it.
Like
Nasty.
sliced cheese,
Yeah,
baked cheese.
like honestly, like mainly I would say it is sliced cheese. Shredded seems to last a hell of a lot longer. But if I'm buying like pepper jack sliced cheese or some smash burgers, and I got a package of Colby Jack and I got a package of pepper jack, both of them. I mean, less than 3 weeks. That shit is green. It seems like, and it seems like it lasts longer than that. Maybe I'm crazy.
I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good sign that they're
Maybe it's less
actually
than 2.
trying to put good stuff in our food. It's like getting a loaf of bread that can be out and not mold for like 2 months. That's not normal. When we make the homemade bread, you have like 3 to 4 days before it should be. I think that's a good thing. Are they individually wrapped as well? Or is it like a pack, like from a deli, and they're not?
Yes, with the wax sleeves or the inserts
The
in
paper
between them.
Yep. That's normal. I think that's a good thing. I feel like things should go.
Like they used to last a hell of a lot longer. Maybe, I don't know. And then I used to judge my grandma's medicine cabinet. Every time I'd open it, I'm like, Grandma, what the? This shit expired like 5 years ago. Like, update this shit. I'm gonna die one of these days because you have expired Tylenol in here. Like, what's going on? And then now I open up my medicine cabinet and I go, do we have this? I'm like, damn, that was 6 years ago. Back in you go. We're going to shut that just in case. And I'm looking, I go, I am no better than that old bitch was. You son of a bitch.
But at the same point, you try it. What's it really going to do? It's not going to, I ate an ibuprofen the other day. I rarely get headaches. Had one. Popped some 4-year-old ibuprofen. I'm still here. Come on.
The Reese's Pieces, I still kind of crave. Like the stale Reese's Pieces kind of had a different hit to them. Kind of enjoyed it. Not going to lie.
Well, my grandfather loved Peeps. Loved them. But he would, as soon as he'd get it, he would cut them open and just let them sit on the counter for weeks until they were super stale. And that was the way that he ate them.
Oh. That's how I enjoy cookies that are like Oreos. If you let them open and they get that room air into them, then they're all soft and they don't crunch anymore. And
Interesting. See, I'm a crunch.
One of them kids that have to go into a separate room in school with headphones on.
Like all the time, or that laugh?
I don't know what it was. I just looked over and I was waiting for him to say Rice and beans.
Rice and beans.
Never a dull moment on the stale. What'd you do?
I didn't even touch anything.
Okay, you're back.
It's okay. You're here. You're fine. It's okay.
So lame. I hate this place.
It's the garage ghost that's getting the best of you. With the luck you have, you probably shouldn't hope that something burns.
That is true.
I
need to empty out this ashtray that I've been using too, because I let it pile up to a lot, and it's always dark in here. I don't have the ring lights on whenever I'm usually chilling. It's usually pretty dark. If somebody walks in, they're just going to see me all sad and alone, just kind of making bubbles over here in the dark. They're like, "You good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm having fun. What the fuck? Everything's fine." But I came back in to just slow little red embers just burning, and I go, "What's that red light? What is that?" And I'm looking, and I go, "Oh, that's the ashtray." And I go, "Oh, shit's still burning. That's not good." And I was like, "That's dangerous." And I looked, there was a mountain like this fucking thing on it. I was like, "Yeah." So it's empty now. Well, it's got some ashes. I used it previously. But
is that why you have it? Look, it looks like it's Ash Wednesday with that stuff all over your head.
Is there stuff on my head? You joking, or is it just my shadow?
No, yeah. I just want to see if you actually look or not.
Whenever I was young, I was working at Dairy Queen. A whole bunch of kids came in with the Ash Wednesday thing going on, and I looked at this chick and I go, "Hey, you got something on your fucking head." I was like, "What is that?" And she goes, "It's Ash Wednesday." And I go, "That's fine, but you have something on your head. What is that?" And then a whole bunch of the people came in. I go, "Oh, it's like a church thing." I got you. Okay.
Aren't they not supposed to be able to eat meat?
We did sell a fish sandwich. I don't remember what she ended up getting, but
cheeseburger probably. Probably one of those things like, I don't eat meat. I just went there, but
looks like somebody did the whole Simba thing. I was like, what is this? Mufasa touch you? What's happening?
Well, this is a better time. We were talking about Dairy Queen before we press record. A bunch of us were like, well, we got a bunch of stuff that we want to talk about fast food. Now's the time. And I'll lead it off because I just saw this today. I don't know how, I probably should have looked into it a little bit more, but apparently Taco Bell is putting photo booths in drive-thrus. I don't know if it's because people wait in the drive-thrus for so long, but Taco Bell, and this is on retailwired.com, Taco Bell announces drive-thru photo booths, and here's where to find them. So they've never been afraid to push out fun promotions to bring customers into its restaurants. Now the fast food giant has announced that drive-thru photo booths are its latest promo. And the whole live Moss drive-thru cam is a special experience that honors customers' authenticity. Taco Bell is providing fans with the chance to continue doing what they do best. Fans are encouraged to roll up with friends, family, or even alone at a few spots across the country to get a shareable picture and a lifetime of memories. So where are they going to be? Why don't you just tell us, Taco Bell? This was there's a bunch of stuff on the Taco Bell Twitter page right here. California, Ohio, Tennessee, Texas, and Florida. I guess it's like a traveling thing.
You said
So.
live Moss, and
I was there too with you, man.
God, I couldn't. None of you said anything till now.
I wasn't trying to be nice. I was like, maybe it's like he didn't realize that they're saying is Live Moss, which I turned into a joke about 2 years ago. It never went off. It always flopped like a turd in the toilet. But I said Live Moss on the toilet. That was my like joke to Taco Bell, and it never hit.
Well, you know why? Because my turds don't flop. Mine just splash into the toilet. there's no flip flopping around in there. It's more of a stir.
Man, no wonder why you only poop at home.
It's like little Nerf bullets coming out of my butt. It hurts. They're spicy. It's like shitting little cocoa pebbles everywhere. A BB gun.
Interesting. Probably has nothing to do with the diet and lack of water.
Honestly, all I do is eat salads and vegetables and stuff. It's really weird. I never eat anything unhealthy at all.
That is bullshit, because have you ever gone on a salad and nothing but vegetable diet? I have, and you shit diarrhea so much. I'm telling you right now. And then all the little shards of lettuce in there. It's a wonder that rabbits are able to come out with those little Cocoa Puff things, because they're on the same goddamn diet, and for some reason.
That's why I'm shitting the way that I am.
You know, I might have more preservatives in my body than your grandma or grandpa on their deathbed after having formaldehyde pumped into their body. But I'll tell you what I'm never going to get. It's listeria from some stupid lettuce because somebody didn't wash it properly or something.
Don't jinx yourself. There's a lot of lettuce in fast food.
Shit.
Let us pray.
Let us pray. Ash Wednesday, baby.
Speaking of which, real quick, there was a joke when I was in a youth group, and one of the parents was up talking, and she was like, "Okay, guys, next Tuesday we're gonna go to Hastings, and they're gonna feed us pizza." And I said, "Did you just say feed us pizza?" In a church. Let's just say I got some stern talking to and staring at after that.
To the window.
Yeah.
To the wall. Feed us. That's good.
Jesus.
Yeah, you should. I wonder if that could be the next piece of Brandon McDermott merch. Just some pizza and feed us pizza.
Let's wear it outside of Westboro. We'll just have we'll just go outside and hang out over there and just have feed us pizza. They're like, you pieces of shit.
And then we'll go through a Taco Bell drive-thru.
Are you close to that, by the way, Euban?
I mean, I think within 4 hours, yeah. I think I'm only 2.5 hours away.
Isn't that where you have been going every weekend? You're saying you're going to sports to be cool, but you're really going to hang out there?
I have Bible study over there 3 times a week. It's an enduring drive, but we learn a lot. Nicolas Cage comes and visits every once in a while. I don't know why I said his name, just the first person I thought. Shout out to Nicolas Cage. He just seems weird enough to join it. But there is one thing that happened today, of the day that we're filming, that was really significant news. I don't know, you guys probably know what I'm talking about, the whole TikTok ban.
Oh, I did hear.
It did officially go into effect. So on January 19th, we will no longer have TikTok, but it looks like they purchased Lemonade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because now
You,
you can sign and eliminate and merge your TikTok stuff over. They
Eliminate
purchased it.
lemonade. What is it?
It's lemon and then the number 8. Lemonade?
Okay,
I
gotcha.
don't know. Weird.
I'm not going to probably do that, but I have to imagine, and I'm not a legal guy, but I do remember back on a Triple T show with Toby and those guys when he was saying that there'll be like an appeal, it'll be held up in court, and it's gonna be this and it's gonna be that. So I have to imagine it's not gonna be like doop,
Instant. Right.
gone January 19th. Plus, who knows?
well, I want to preface by saying I know nothing. I know nothing. But I want to just guess here that with TikTok and so much, and listen, does it feel like, side note, tangent into the woods, that TikTok has kind of taken a step down in recent years, or is it just me? Is it just me? I'm not personally using it anymore as much, or does
Oh,
it
I don't
feel
use
like
it either.
because Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, they're still paying up here for creators. TikTok ain't doing that.
Mm-hmm. I have to imagine it's probably a combination of both because I'm the same way. I'll post some stuff from the shows on one account every once in a while, a video on the main, but I don't know. For me, it was the TikTok shop bullshit that just kind of, you know what I mean? It turned just ad. And then as soon as they gave the ability to boost posts, you know what I mean? And then it just, whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, the content that I personally am putting out, the amount of views that I'm getting, I feel like that's normal. A couple hundred to 1,000, whatever. Like, that's cool. It's about the amount of effort that I'm putting into it. But what I've noticed too lately is trying to get on there and just post some other stuff on there is like, as soon as I click, I'm like, oh, here's a live or here's a video and here's this musician. They sound awesome. I've never heard of them. They got maybe like 800 followers. The next 7 swipes is going to be like a pretty cool little musical thing. And I'm like, okay, you're watching pretty hard and this is pretty friggin' cool. Like I've seen a bunch of musicians and shit lately on there of, little band solo acts and shit. That's pretty sweet.
That's what I've been seeing a lot of too, but the QVC nature of TikTok has really ruined it for me as well, just because, I mean, every 2 or 3 videos, it's either an ad now or a shopping infomercial of, oh, if you paid $30 for it now, you're going to kick yourself in the ass because now you can get it for $29.98. It's like, well, shut the fuck up.
Let me ask you this though. Have you bought anything recently from the TikTok shop or looked at things on the TikTok shop? Because I have to imagine, or I'm not going to say I have to imagine. That was the wrong thing. I have bought some things for presents for that, and I'm going to tell you right now, I had a phenomenal experience. Not even kidding you. I got some stuff at a ridiculous price point, like stupid low, delivered in one package, free shipping within days, like quicker than Amazon to here. And the stuff is, I mean, I'm not saying like I'm going to go out and buy hypothetically a pair of, prescription glasses, you know what I mean, that are $300 and I got them for $2 and they're great. I'm getting things that maybe, in my opinion, should be 20, $30 for like $1. And there was one thing that I purchased the old man that I price compared, and it was like $65 cheaper on the TikTok shop than anywhere else that I saw. Same exact thing.
They're even
So I'm
selling
like,
PS5s now. It's wild.
yeah. Like I don't know how many times I've had to refrain myself from buying a drone and starting to do stuff around here. And I'm like, then I looked into it, thankfully, and you're supposed to actually have a license to fly them or a certificate. And I looked into that and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. But just there's some cool stuff. But I have noticed that, I mean, like one of the things, cats, got a bunch of them. Don't like cats. Hate the cat litter boxes. None of the goddamn kids that had the cat. We've all been through this in rants. We all have cats. Hate doing the litter. So I was like, man, I really want one of these automatic litter boxes. And I've been down this road and I looked. I clicked on like 2 just to see a deal, this and that. Didn't buy one or whatever. But now when I'm on there, 1 in 10 videos is a goddamn cat litter box now. And I'm like, stop. I'm not buying the goddamn thing.
Yeah, I actually bought one, and it cost about, I don't know, it was like 600, but then like 6 something, but then with like taxes and shipping, it cost like 758.
Mm-hmm.
We did it no interest credit through. They allowed you to do it, and like it was like 6 months, same as cash, and so
Yep.
it's worth it because we've saved, like, I think it said it tracks all the shit. No pun intended. It tracks that too. But it all, lets you know when it's full, when it's getting full, how full it is. Also, hey, you need to add some more litter to it. Let you know when it's let you know everything. It's like setting your system up to watch your AC, and you can change it from your app in your phone. But one of the cool things it does is it weighs your cat, and it weighs the shit, and it tells you how many scoops you've saved. So, hey, by switching to us, you've saved 4,500 scoops, kind of a thing.
Interesting.
So,
And because I looked at it, and you're starting to get a little bit older. I was at the wife's friend's house for like a Friendsgiving and stuff before, obviously, Thanksgiving, and they had one. And the wife was like, "Yeah, he's been contemplating getting one of those." She looked at me and she goes, "It is worth every penny. Did we spend like $600 on it?" And then, like you said, showed me the app. Look at this. Look at this. Check this out. We've saved this much on this and this. And I'm like, cool, yeah, but I have 3 kids that can scoop, and all I have to do is buy litter for like $9.99 for 40 pounds. I think I'm gonna go that route because she was saying every once in a while, like every month, you got to do a deep clean of it. So you're supposed to take it apart and do this, and then the sensors go every once in a while. You can buy parts, and I'm like, yeah, see, that's gonna involve me because I'm not letting a kid clean a $600 litter robot.
yeah,
for sure.
Did the Jetsons have a litter robot? They
no,
must
they had
have,
What's
right?
Her Bucket that did it.
Like the
Ruby?
cats,
No,
the
what was her
animals
name?
just shit in the robot, like the
Oh,
mate.
I don't
You know
know.
what I mean? Like that's what. Hmm.
What was the robot's name? The maid? Ruby? No.
Something
I
like
don't
that.
know. Jetsons robot name. List of Jetson Care. There was George, Jane, Judy, Elroy.
Judy. No.
What's the Rosie? That's her name.
Rosie. I was close. I was close. Okay.
I think I would have remembered that. That's what
You
we
know,
called my
George and
grandma.
Rosie did a little ring around, if you know what I'm
Oh,
saying.
He gave her some of that WD-40. He splooged in her elbow and fixed it. Now, so you said it weighs the cat. Now, the only thing is that would be, does it like give you an alarm saying, "Hey, quit feeding your cat so fucking much"?
You got a
Because,
big ass cat.
dude, I got like, so even the runt of the family now, because I'm like, are we really feeding them too much? Nah, they just got big genetics. There's big cats. And uh, this runt is now fat as fuck as well, and I'm like, damn. And they'll go through their food so quick, and they know that I'm the only one that feeds them, so they circle me like like sharks, and they're always
Yeah.
just meow, meow, meow. I'm like, go. And everywhere I walk, I'm tripping over them and everything because they're just circling around me because they're like, hey, we're not going to meow these other because they don't do anything ever. So I'll go and give them a little bit more food, and it appeases them and leaves them away from me. So, but I'm
Now, do you
slowly
feed
going to
them
lose them.
like certain times, or do you just put a bunch in there, and if they eat too much, then that's on them? Because I've tried both ways, and it doesn't. Because my thing is like I don't get. They're not getting super fat, like whatever if they get there, but it's like I'm just sick of saying, oh, I got to feed them in the morning, I got to feed them in the afternoon, because it doesn't matter when they were doing that. They eat so goddamn much that they just throw up like in the friggin' bowl, next to the bowl, in the middle of the night. Then I'm like in the middle of the night because I'm old and I got to go take a piss and I step in it. Then I
Yeah.
get pissed and it's like, what the? And it's straight cat food still. It's like when we eat corn and it comes out just like corn still.
It looks
Sons of bitch.
like a nutrageous, but just cat form, like cat food formed. It's just like a log.
The best part is when the dog, he'll get in the living room to go up because he likes to sleep with the kids. So when the dog comes in, then the dog will eat whatever cat pukes just laying there. And I don't even tell the kids. And they're in there, hey dog, getting kisses. And I'm like, yeah, how's that cat puke taste? That's what you get for not cleaning the litter boxes, you little shit. I
So
don't tell them till the next day.
I, that so I know you're supposed to measure how much food that you're giving cats. So if you have 3 cats, how are you like? Do you hold 2 of them while one of them eats? Because I have one cat that just takes his time eating while the other ones are like, I gotta eat now, otherwise I will never eat again, and I better eat as
You don't have
quickly as
multiple
possible.
bowls?
I do. So the thing is, though,
Oh.
they just. So if I have 3 bowls out and I put in an even amount each bowl, 2 cats will still go to one bowl, and I'll like separate them, and they'll still just keep going back to it. And like that slow eater will just kind of nibble a little bit, walk away. The other ones eat his shit, and I'm just like, I don't. So I just give them 2 massive bowls now with 1 massive bowl of water, and they go through that. like every other day, like pretty quickly.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a lot. So they don't, you're gonna have to start putting fillers in your goddamn cat food or something.
I know.
Holy
So,
cow.
well, and then they even, they're supposed to get some cat treats too. So there's a specific cabinet in the kitchen that we keep these treats in, at this like higher cabinet, whatever. And so this fat ass cat of mine will always just like walk around the kitchen, like nuzzle against you a little bit, like, "Hey, I'm in here." We're like, "Yeah, you fat felt you." Like Jurassic Park, the water was shaking in our cups and stuff. And he'll go over there and he'll stretch all like there's like 4 little drawers, and he steps on each one of them with his paws, like climbs it like a ladder a little bit, keeps his back feet on the ground, and just stretches, and he'll just look at you and just meow until you make eye contact, and then he'll look at that cabinet where the treats are at every day, like clockwork. And then what do? I'm like, "Who's my precious little boy? I'll get you a little treat." And then as soon as I see the other 2 cats running up there too, I go, "You fat." I spoil my cat.
Wow.
Owen.
I'm not a fan of them at all. At all. There was a Joe Rogan podcast recently that was saying about cat ladies. I don't know if you guys listen to his podcast at all or anything, but there was like a
Periodically.
there was like a scientific thing, and I'm going to probably butcher this, so make sure you obviously go watch it. If you can't find Joe Rogan, then there's something wrong with you, because he happens to be a really good podcaster with no
Never
hair.
heard of him.
And I'm going to shave my head. Maybe it will get more views. But we are talking cats, so I think this was our plan to try to get some more females, because I think I was looking at the report, we're like 9.9% female audience, so this is definitely going to help, ladies. And there was a thing that says, like, how do people become a crazy cat lady? Like, why isn't there is something in your brain that says, 2, 3, 4 cats, we're good. 38, still good. Apparently, there's something in the shit that is like a parasite or something that you can breathe in, you can get in or whatever, that then reprograms your brain to kind of turn that off. I forget the name of I'm going to look it up here. Brandon's nodding his head like he's heard about this.
I've heard of it. I don't want to speak on it, but I've definitely heard about it. And yeah, it's if you've ever been into a house like that, first of all, it's awful, because cats deserve to live in a place that isn't like that. They deserve to have a place where they have their own space and own area. Even when I go to animal shelters where there's like 30 or 40 cats, and some of them even like they let roam around, I think to myself, this is not a life for a cat. A cat needs its own space. So, like, you're not helping that animal. What I'm saying, you're hurting it.
Exactly.
It's called, I'm probably going to say it wrong because whatever, I can't say words. I mean, live moss, T. Gandhi or something. Tgondii is the name of this, which is found in cat feces, causes people to become crazy cat ladies. There are some studies that have shown that it can alter behavior, not only in that, but they talked about in rodents. So apparently, like, they've seen studies and stuff that mice will go in and like eat cat shit, and then next thing you know, like, mice just become stupid, and you know what I mean? Like, they just get all weird, and then they just start coming up to the cats, and then the cats just are like, "What the hell?" They're not scared of them. They're like, and then the mice are dead because the cats just destroy them.
Is it more prone in women then that they become more crazy cat ladies than crazy cat men, I guess? Or
That's a good question. I think it must be because I've never. Have you heard of crazy cat men, or just do the women get the?
I don't know. I can't recall if I've ever
Dudes
had
tend
like a.
to listen. Men and women can be hoarders, right? Or live in slovenly places, but dudes tend to be like junkyard hoarders.
Right.
Women tend to be locked in their room or their house, not leave it, and it be filled with like newspapers, shit, food.
Did you ever see that one lady on the TLC Hoarders show that was collecting all of her shit? Like literally was shitting in buckets, and like would have 5-gallon buckets and would just transport it into a funnel and move it into like pine sol containers. And yeah, that was and she was sitting there looking at the camera crew, and she's like, "Yeah, this definitely can't. It's not even at least the worst one that you guys have seen." And he goes, "This is by far the worst one that we've ever been to." And she's like, "Really? Why?" He goes, the smell for one. Like you do smell this, right? And she's like, yeah, I think it's like the mold and like the dust in the air. He goes, or it's the shit. It's probably the shit. And she's like,
Probably.
real? You think so? He's just like, yeah.
Walk around
100%.
like your shit don't
which
stink, girl.
which plays into the idea that like we are just three dudes who aren't experts. When people are going, what I'm getting at is when people are going through a mental thing, and it may be something that's a little deeper. These are all contributing factors. We like to be black and white, and here's the answer. And the reason why Matt's beard is long is because he likes long beards. And the reason why Brandon's wearing a shirt with his own face on it is because he's a good-looking guy. There's no one single reason why anything is anything. There's so many different contributing factors that may not be equal. There may be one that's larger than others, but there's contributing factors to why things are. And when it comes to like this stuff, like we can sit here and judge her, and gosh, it's easy to when you watch Hoarders. Like, yeah, I used to watch Hoarders to feel good about my life, and it would make you feel good. I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Well, this all fat, like, oh look, there's something on the ground. I don't give a shit. At least I'm not like Hitler, It's basically what it's like, when you're comparing yourself to the worst possible potential thing.
Right. And I know that we've all been pretty honest with how we may let our little stations overwhelm with clutter at times. And I'm like, if I showed you this desk, I probably got one, two, I'm up to 8 Sprite cans sitting on this desk right now. So,
Ooh, I got 6 empty beer cans and 9 different hats on my desk right now.
See, I have lighters and vapes and other utensils and stuff around
Bro,
here.
you don't want me to turn my camera around. All right, let me just...
See, that's what I'm saying. TLC is going to be calling each one of us very soon but we have those one moments where we're like, you know what? This is getting to a point where
Which one of the members is going to call who?
That's right. Mine's most likely going to be CPS if I keep sending you guys videos of how awful my kids are. Oh my gosh, Brandon, I didn't get to send you this one yet, but there was one where my son was just looking at me. He's like, "Dad, can I say a bad word?" And I go, "No, you can't say a bad word." He goes, What can I start with? He's like, "Can I say one that starts with the letter L?" And I was like, "No." He goes, "How about the letter F?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Okay, N." And I was like, "Definitely no."
Jesus.
And he just, and again, he's 4, so he doesn't know. He's just naming letters at this point. And he looks at me, he's like, G. And I go, "Sure. Tell me a bad word that starts with G." And he goes, "Fuck you, bitch."
He's 4. He doesn't know bad words. He's just going letters.
So,
Well, that's pretty good.
And I'm like, that didn't start with G at all, you liar. Like,
There wasn't even a G in any of those.
But luckily, I filmed the entire interaction because I was just like, I just know this is probably going to be gold. I'm not going to put, embarrass him by putting it on TikTok or anything, but I contemplated it. But
know what you do is you just have the audio, and then you recreate it with just the audio.
So I got to ask, being a father of a 4-year-old, is your 4-year-old your oldest? Not, it's not your oldest, is it?
No, he's my youngest.
That's what I thought. So my 4-year-old is my oldest, and she is a carbon copy of her papa. She is literally loves attention, loves to be heard, wants to make you laugh and smile and all this other stuff. And she's just like me. She's a performer. And my middle kid, which, because I've got one on the way, my second is not. She's like Lindsay. She is a quiet, very particular. Her toys have to be in the right spot, and this has to. She's only 2 years old, right? Just kids are different. My 4-year-old comes up to me, and in the same vein of your 4-year-old, and says, "Dad, can I say fuck one time?" Honey, no. You just said it. You're not allowed to. Oh, I mean the F word. Can I say the F word one? I was like, you just said it. And then another couple weeks later, she's come up and she goes, "Daddy, can I say the F word?" And I go, "You can say it one time. Fuck." Like, she got to fuck.
I know.
I was like, no, you wasted it. I was like, you could have said fuck sticks. You could have said motherfucker. I mean, like, there's ways to go about this to like really get your money's worth.
I love, like, their mouths water. Just like, I get to say it.
Yeah.
I get the blessing. I get to say it, and I don't know. Whenever he said that, I started laughing. Then I was like, oh, I'm terrible. But then I thought about like my mom took me to see the Beavis and Butthead movie when I was 5, so I'm doing miles better than she did. So we're all right. We're breaking those generational curses one step at a time.
I want to, on the nicer side of my daughter, it was her birthday, and my foster mom had called to wish her. And my daughter doesn't know my mother, and she never will, or my father. But my foster mom, she kind of knows a little bit. She's visited with her. She's stopped, and we're 4 hours away from where they live, so that's most of the reason why. But we FaceTimed, and I made her sit here and FaceTime with my foster mom. And at one point, like, it's kind of getting awkward because they're not saying anything. My foster mom's kind of a quiet lady anyway. And my daughter looks over to me and she goes, "Daddy, can I be done with this? It's boring." And like she didn't get like what she was saying. And my mother didn't hear anything, but like it was the cutest, but yet like, "Dad, this is boring. I don't want to do this anymore."
Yeah, save me.
I love kids' non-filters. It's amazing, and like that's how like my wife will always start off with like if she's getting ready to start off like or end the conversation, she'll be like, "All right, well, I better go ahead and get off here then," and and so immediately my son would be like, "Okay, bye," hang up, and I'm like, she was gonna tell us bye, I was like, she was getting there, and he's like, "Nah, I'm over it. No, just over." I was like,
Had a chance, lost it.
Like, I want to that brings up a good point, and maybe I've said this before, but when I'm on on a phone with having a conversation with somebody, I don't say goodbye. Like, I'll literally be like, all right, we'll talk to you later," or "All right then, thanks," and then that's it. Like, okay, all right, and then literally I'll just. Yeah.
I say, "See ya." I had to think about it. I think I say, "All right, we'll see ya." Yeah, I say,
I
"We'll
always
see
go,
ya,"
and I've done it for years. I'm like, all right, well, I gotta go,
or
and then I just hang
later.
up.
It's a good one.
Yeah, later.
What do you say? Pick up
Yeah, I
the
don't think I
phone.
say
Ring, ring,
goodbye.
ring, 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 ring. We'll role play. Ring, ring, ring. That's your phone. You got a boring.
Who's answering? Who's answering? Is it me?
You,
Oh,
you. I want to see what you say.
hey, welcome to Dave's Dingland Diner. How can I help you?
Yeah, this is Dr. Frank, and it's herpes. It's definitely
I
herpes.
fucking knew it. How long before it stops burning?
When can you get to the pharmacy and get those meds?
It's about 15 miles away.
So we could have it ready in about 2 hours. So why don't you pick it up then? And then once you take it, probably 48 hours.
Good fucking bye.
That's it. There you go. That's how you say it.
So I would say thank you, and then
All right, thanks. Yeah, I'm with
or
you. Thanks.
I'll tell them to have a good day. Maybe I'll just be like, all right, enjoy the rest of your day. See ya.
Isn't it
Boom.
awkward though if you when you get in that conversation with like a last liner? It's like, all right, well, take care. All right, you too. Have a good day. Yeah, you too. Have a great day. Have a good rest
Yeah,
of your day. All right, hey, you as well. No, you. Like,
hate
how many
that.
times? Like, will you let it keep going just to be kind of an asshole? Because I do.
No, because I work with this one fucking. I keep cursing. I'm sorry. That I work with this one devil that she repeats everything that you said or that she said. She'll summarize. So if it's a 2-minute phone call, she'll spend an hour or a minute and 45 seconds repeating everything that she said over and over again. And I'll be like, all right, cool, thanks, man. And she's like, yeah, all right. Well, I just wanted to let you know that this needed to be done. I'm like, you did, and I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. Because if you didn't know about it, I didn't want you to get in trouble for not knowing about it. So I'm just letting you know about it, okay? And I'm like, got it. Thank you. Have a good one. Yeah. Don't forget about it. I'm like, bitch, I swear to God. And it's so if everyone that sees her just immediate F you button. She's like, everyone's always so busy. And I'm like, because you fucking suck on the phone.
So I have something I've never shared publicly, and it's not. Like, I
Herpes.
will. Yeah, I know. I've actually shared that publicly. You do have to pay the
Ooh.
premium though, and you're behind 2 months, Euban.
I know. 3 months I get kicked off, so I'll get you your money, Daddy.
So I'm kidding, of course. There's something I've never shared this story publicly because you don't ever really want to out yourself as somebody who's been an asshole, but I've been an asshole, and I worked customer service before I got into radio. I worked customer service before I started all this stuff, and I want to preface with that. But I was at school, went to a community college when I started all those years ago. God, it's been more than 10 years now.
Oof.
and ordered some books. Went to the school book what do they book house, book school? It's a library, I think is what they call it, bookstore. And those edibles are
La
definitely kicking in.
biblioteca.
Yeah. But anyway, went to the bookstore to pick up my pre-ordered books that I had called in before and said, "Hey, I've got this class. I need this book and this book. Can you hold those for me?" And that's a normal thing they do. So I get up there, wait and have a long fucking line because it's the first week of school.
Oof.
or the start before it. You know how it goes. And get to the front, and the person that's helping me doesn't speak English. God bless them. It's just not their first language. And so I tried to explain what had happened. They didn't understand. They brought their manager. Manager comes over, white lady, kind of bigger, kind of a heavy set lady. Quite like myself.
Smash or pass?
Oh, 100% smash. You kidding me? Like,
Yes.
All right.
My level of like class is like, ugh, come on, dude. I'm talking meth mouth, like you can't tell in the dark, or okay. I'm kidding.
Yes.
So anyway, she was like, "Yeah, we don't have it on file. This isn't. I don't know what to tell you." I was like, "Well, I called in and I talked to Gregory or who the fuck I talked to, and he said he was going to get those books for me, and so I didn't have to wait in line. Well, you'll have to go get them." I was like, "Oh no, I'm going to stand here, and somebody else is going to go get those books for me because I'm not leaving this line and ending up at the back." And she got bad. We argued back and forth, and I've never, ever, ever been this much of an asshole to somebody. But I looked at her and I go, "You're going to go do it," kind of a thing. And she looked at me and she goes, and I go, I said, "Now swallow it." And I didn't mean it like that, but I go like, "No," because she was like, and I go, "Now swallow." And then when I left, I go, "Now enjoy your stay at the Metro Community College bookstore." 11 years, and I'll never forget that. I feel like such an asshole for that moment, and I hope that she's okay in her life and she's forgiven me because I've never done that. I'm not like that at all. I'm a big tipper. I'm a genuine guy. I try to be friendly, and I hate people who talk like that in public. But for some reason, I was like, no, I had it. So, do you forgive me, Euban?
I do. I'm giving you a virtual hug. Damn, I thought you were going to kiss me there for a second. Your lips
No.
got close to that camera. I was like, damn, you want me to forgive you?
Needed
I'll
to.
forgive you.
I felt awkward because I'm in the middle. I'm going to have
That's
to edit
right.
myself out for that one.
Have you ever seen Human Centipede? Which one do you want to be?
I
wanna
think I'm
be at
going
the
to edit
end.
myself out.
I want to be at the end.
Ugh.
I want all of it.
Unreal.
I'm like, quit eating hot Cheetos. It's so spicy. It's still coming through. There's an aftertaste. Again, hot Cheetos taste like vagina with a UTI. I'm telling you, dirty. Got a little bit of a weird taste to it. Someone puts a case study in there. They're like, what does this taste like? People be like, that's either Mariah or hot Cheetos. It's going to be Mariah. I'm just going to dirty.
Imagine if that's somebody's college job. Taste tester.
Did
It's
you
for
ever?
science.
There was a game show that you had to like smell something in the dark or whatever, and there was this one like flamboyantly gay guy that gets over there, and this guy had his ass pressed against the plexiglass, and then the contestant's like, "Ugh, it smells like ass," and it goes ding, and he goes, like he just realized he's like, "I just smelled ass."
Total blackout.
That's what it was. Dude,
That was
I'm
the name
telling
of the show.
every time I see that clip, I am so beyond elevated that I will just giggle at it and I will rewatch it 40 times, dude. Every time. Oh,
Total blackout.
if
It
you
was
ever
in
watch,
2012, and it was only 2 seasons on the Sci-Fi Channel.
I'm thinking about
They
it.
had
It's
people that
so
would
good.
go into like tanks with animals and smelling. Yeah, it was Steve Urkel. Steve Urkel was the host,
I
right?
just pulled it up and watched it for the first time. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Oh, smells like ass.
yeah. Isn't it the guy that played Steve Urkel? Was the
Was he
host?
the host? I don't
Oh,
know.
the host. Okay.
That is definitely him. Jaquil
Yeah.
White or whatever. Is that his
Yeah.
name? Yeah. I probably butchered his name, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, that was every time, man. That clip shows up on my TikTok. It's that one, and then there's the one Actually, there's two of them that involve hot dogs. It's always around 4th of July time. There's this guy in a trailer park, and he's got like a sleeve of fucking hot dogs, like a whole package of Oscar Mayer, and he just grabbed them. He's like, it's no big deal, and he's just ingesting them just whole, and they'll cough them up, and it's like goes up like 5 feet in the air, and he gets it again. He goes, it's no big deal, it's no big deal, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then there's the one where the guy's doing a hot dog eating competition, and he projectile throws up, but catches it
and then puts it back in.
Yes.
So he's not disqualified.
And then the guy that's competing next to him sees the whole thing as he's eating. He just goes, "Oh!" His react every time I see those two clips, tears every time.
Do you remember? That reminds me of this one clip a few years ago when people were selling their farts in jars.
Mm-hmm. I remember that, but I don't remember.
So there was a guy. You guys are probably too busy. I'm sending it to the group chat. He bought one because he was like, "Oh, the people are doing this." He was like, "We're going to smell it on the show today." And I'm like, "Okay." They're going to open it. And they're going to go, "Oh, that's gross." He opens this fucking thing. He goes, "Oh!" Like it just proceeds to fucking like. And I was like, "Dude, you just took it to the body, man. It's a part of you now. Like you guys are one."
Now you're going to be a crazy cat lady.
Oh, I know the white elephant gift I'm giving people. I'm just going to start farting in jars. And they're like, what is this? I'm like, smell it.
Yeah. I started making perfume, or I started making cologne. Can you guys let me know if you like this?
It's new candle scents we're trying to like test out. Can you guys give us your thoughts?
Oh my God. I saw a clip. Speaking of hot dogs, apparently it's this new party game now. There's all sorts of different ones with like people trying to blow up balloons, and you got all these moms and grandmas doing awkward motions. Where there's a new one. Apparently it's like a hot dog on a string, and it's all these people trying to catch it, and they break it down in slow motion. Whether it's guys, girls, and their mouths are open, they're going there taking a wiener to the face. It's like, come on, somebody's recording this. You know this is going to end up on the internet.
Their eyes are always focused too, and you always see like them aggressive ones. Like like that chick does. She uses a lot of her teeth, and she gives like aggressive hand jobs too.
Yep, the tryhards. They tried their hardest in gym class.
Brandon, have you seen those? It's where they tie the string to a hot dog and they like attach it to like their waist, and they have to like pelvic thrust it up. Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, so I'm a
3-time state champion in that.
No. I may hold this one till after the show. We'll just
hold on.
No, I gotta share it now because you guys are thinking weird shit. Okay, so there was this one girl who I used to have a thing for back in high school, and
now she's a guy.
No, dude, I'm telling you,
he had a dig.
But she became a mother, and life was good to her. You know what I'm saying? Like. So let's just say I've seen those videos before.
Oh. Hold on. Bill Cosby is coming out over here. With the pudding pops and the pops.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, so then I went to the pharmacy and we started hanging out.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome. It's now that we talked about cats and everything, we pulled all the females in, and there is like a 0.05% chance that person is like, that was me. And if that is you, please comment. We'll bring on the show next week. We can talk about it.
Absolutely. I'll give you a hug.
Mm-hmm.
Mouth.
Go New Mexico. I don't know. I think this is the end. We might as well, on that note, say our goodbyes. I just looked at the clock for the very first time. I think we did it. Make sure you guys check out all the friends of the show if you want. They're in the description. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Euban, Brandon, appreciate the hell out of you guys. This was fun as always. We'll be back next week. And make sure you guys, go find some weird shit in your fridge, some old stuff, and send it over to us, and we'll put it on the show next week. Maybe. Take some pictures.
Say something. I was like, put your dick on it.
I was waiting for something.
Yes.
Nothing? No. He's like, all right, press it so I can tell you the story. All right, we're going to press it. If you guys want to see what we're going to talk about after the show, head on over to the Patreon that doesn't exist, and we greatly appreciate it. So, all right, that's all I got. Take care, wieners. Okay, bye. Buckle up tight. It's going to be a wild ride. We're diving deep into
to your fridge where secrets hide. The mysteries of leftovers, the wonders inside. From moldy sandwiches to ancient yogurt jars, we cover the truth.